fucking presidential debate.
Yeah, that Kamala, all that presidential debate shit. It's the Roman fucking circus, cuz this shit is on goofy time. Trump ain't got not a scratch on that motherfucker. This bitch they saying wearing earpods with recordings telling her what the fuck to say. This shit is crazy, man. Listen, they live is all I'm gonna say, man. They live. Put your glasses on, man.
I just watched it
Hey, right off the dribble, they said Trump won the coin toss like this was Monday Night Football or something. I said, hold on, what the? Did they have a coin toss? This shit gotta be a joke. They had a coin toss like this was a real sports event, and it was real weird because they had no live audience. Not only did they not have a live audience, it felt like a real 3v1. It felt like it was Kamala and the two
people in the back,
the two moderators versus Trump. Because every point Trump made, the moderator made sure to not only push back on it, made him go into super detail, and was trying to refute what he was saying instead of just letting him answer his question and then go back to Kamala. It was refute, try to make Trump look like he lied, then go to Kamala. But then when Kamala answered, they just let her get anything off.
She never even went back.
Fact checkers just pulled up 21 lies that she told. Mm-hmm. 21.
He fact checked her more than they did,
and especially the one with the gun control, because they brought up the videos of with her saying that shit about how they need to be seizing all the guns and stuff like that. So,
all right, look, I'm gonna go down the list. So they started asking about the economy. Mm-hmm. They asked, "Is the economy better now?" Kamala completely
ignored it,
disregards the question, and immediately talks about her plans for the future economy. She ignored what's going on with the economy now and immediately gave a short, brief answer on what she's going to do for the economy, and then immediately fired shots at Trump saying, oh, well, this is what Trump's going to do, and this is how Trump's going to basically fuck over the American people. Never, not once did she address the economy right now. Trump had to keep constantly addressing it.
She actually, when they asked her that question, she didn't even start off with the $6,000 tax credit or the $50,000 tax deduction for the small businesses. Her first words were, I grew up in a middle-class home or some shit like that. Like, what does that have to do with how the economy is right now?
Which that got fact-checked. That was a lie. She grew up with a rich, it said, Canadian background family. Like, she grew up.
Her dad is a professor, so.
Well off. So she didn't grow up middle class. Then when it was on Trump directly addressed the question. He directly addressed how bad the economy is, how people can't afford basic things like groceries or gas. He then goes on to talk about the tariffs he placed on China, how that was helping, and they're trying to basically fuck that over. And then he talked about the migrants basically destroying the country right now, taking jobs. They're getting free government assistance. They're basically getting all the money that American citizens should be getting. They're getting all the aid that American citizens should be getting. He constantly talked about the migrants. She constantly ignored that fact.
Did y'all see that thing? I believe it was on Joe Rogan where they was talking about, I guess the migrants or whatever they is was going across the border and they was getting paid $2,000 to come back, I guess, every time they came. And the dude finesse went back 4 times, made $8,000 in a month. They was like basically finessing them. And then people started looking like, damn, can the U.S. do that now? Can we start going back across and getting paid for it?
Yeah, I think
the crazy part about the economy, too, was that some of the tariffs that Trump placed when he was in office, the Democrats are still using right now to this day. So that was also like a 100% like smack in the face almost to say like, what Trump is doing for the economy is still working. Meanwhile, the Democrats are in office. Do you get what I'm saying? And so that to me showed that like what he's saying and what he's done for the economy obviously is better than what they've done because they haven't even gotten rid of some of the things he's placed.
And what's wild is Kamala blamed the bad economy on Trump, falsely claimed he's trying to implement Project 2025, which he already addressed multiple times. He has nothing to do with it. He didn't even read this shit. But as you pointed out, some of the tariffs that he placed, they're still using. And then they even asked her, hey, what about these tariffs that y'all still using?
Yeah.
Immediately she starts throwing personal jabs at Trump, which turned out to be a trend all night. If you ever been to family court and you ever sat in the court and you had a man sitting there where he had his receipts, He has text messages. He's talking about directly what he's doing with his kids and the scheduling. And then you have the bitter baby mama just throwing shots at him. Well, his new bitch ain't this. And yeah, he's in the gang and he's blah, blah, blah. It's never about the direct topic of what's going on as far as family court would be the children. It's never about that. It's usually the bitter baby mama taking direct shots at the man. And this is what it felt like. It was Kamala, the bitter baby mama, taking shots at Trump instead of directly addressing the questions. She never directly answered any questions all night. All she did was play on the emotions of women all fucking night. That's all she did.
Everybody, really. She played on the ignorance of everybody because, you know, that believes in the left, because she mentioned Project 2025 multiple times, and he debunked that multiple times. But, you know, most people's votes are already set in stone, what they're going to be. Like, regardless of the debates or whatever the case is, people are already decided on who they want. And the reason why you know that is because during the debate, both of them expose themselves as liars and hypocrites, but people are making excuses for their favorite. You know what I mean? Trump, for instance, somebody who is super duper big on, you know, keeping the border safe. He actually denied a border bill that would have put 1,500 extra agents on the border. So when you have a stance that he has on immigration, that's a head scratch when it's like, why did you not approve that bill? You know what I mean? So there's things that both of them did that exposed them as liars and hypocrites, although you still have their undying fan bases that are going to support regardless.
Because all these motherfuckers on the same team. That's why I don't care about this politics shit. It's just like motherfuckers when they go to court. You go into court with these lawyers and these DAs that's fighting against each other in court, but 9 times out of 10, they're going to go have lunch after and talk about what we finna do with this case. They're not really fighting for you. They're fighting to see who gets paid this time and who's going to get the bag next time. That's why a lot of this shit is really, it really don't make no sense, cuz it's a fucking circus act and they got the world distracted with it.
Even abortion, like the one thing that I say about Kamala was she was trying to make it like bring it back to Roe versus Wade, which that's already been taken out. Now it's on a state level where the state decides if, you know, abortions, when you're going to be able to abort, how late, if you're going to be able to or not, which in my opinion is better than it being something federal, because if you live here and that's how your state wants to operate, then that's what it should be anyway, I think, in my opinion. So she was trying to make it seem as if Trump was
against
it when he was just more so just saying, I'm against it being on a federal level because I don't really care to decide this shit. If Georgia want to do this, if Florida want to do that, y'all handle it.
Let them control that.
Y'all handle that on your own.
And that's what I mean by she played on women's emotions because she kept passionately saying no government should have control over a woman's body. Mm-hmm. Her body, her choice. And we all know women gonna go crazy the second they hear that. And I'm sitting there scratching my head like, what about the man in the picture? You know it takes 2 people to make a child. So, yeah, we're going to give the woman all the rights because whatever she decides to do with her body is her choice because that's what's best for her. So what about when a man does what he feels is best for him? Oh, he gets locked up like Tyrese for unpaid child support. You see the direct contradiction to that?
But we got to
go kill a baby because that's what's best for you. But if a man say, hey, this ain't financially best for me, I don't really want it, and she say, I still want it, she can put you on child support, and you will go to jail until you pay it. That's fucking ridiculous.
It's double standards to everything that we know in life, and niggas just one of the things you're just gonna have to fucking accept. The man is never gonna have more control than a woman does. The same way, if a woman wants to have a baby and a man doesn't, and then now he's on child support, and you created a deadbeat father, not making an excuse for the father, but if the man wants to keep the baby and the woman doesn't want it, she's able to get rid of it. That's just what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be double standards when it comes to that. That's like a never-ending situation.
You're right to play on the emotion things of abortion too. What she was doing was bringing up those outlying scenarios, right?
Oh, the worst case. We know that already.
Abortion,
yeah.
Which was crazy because
she said incest, the father raping the
If
daughter.
you look at it, and then on top of that, if you look at what, for instance, Reagan or Trump was agreeing with, they were agreeing with abortion is okay under those circumstances. So she was, to me, shooting her foot off by even trying to bring that up to debunk whatever he was saying, because it's like he never said that under those circumstances it would be illegal. He said under those circumstances it's 100% going to be legal.
Trump also pointed out how Biden actually got like 14 million votes and she got none, but yet he gets kicked out and now she's running. So he's basically saying all this shit was set up from the go, and he pointed out that Biden actually hate this bitch. Y'all don't know, but on the low, he don't even like this bitch. This is all set up. She didn't get any votes. She don't have no support. All her rallies is fake as fuck. They busting people in, paying people to create a certain image and make it look like something is not and pushing a certain narrative because she took a shot at his rallies going, oh, people are leaving early and go to some of his rallies. You're like, bitch, the people at my rallies is really showing up because they fuck with me. People at your rallies, you busting in and paying them and photoshopping photos and this and that. And it's fucking ridiculous, man. But the kill shot for me was she made all these promises about vote for me. This is what I'm going to do when I get in office. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I promise you this. I promise you that. And Trump was like, you've been in office the past 3 years.
You the vice president.
What the fuck have you? Why are you not doing this right now currently? Why don't you leave this debate and go do everything that you're saying you're going to do? Because you're in the office now. Matter of fact, is Biden even the president?
Yeah,
basically insinuating that this bitch is damn near the president now. Because where the fuck is Biden? We ain't seen him since he got the boot.
Shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga been gone. He been gone.
That's basically what's going on.
And even that, like, you know, they won't arrest her or bring any charges for it. But come on now, how you think she was able to run that campaign or run a campaign right now? In my opinion, I think that they transferred all them campaign funds from him to her. You know what I mean?
But they're basically
no...
showing us time and time again, even when we speak on votes and all that shit don't matter. If Biden got put down, he don't even have to be in the back seat at none of these rallies or nothing. The Cub fell off the face of the earth. They threw somebody in the front now. She's representing the country basically right now. Like Trump said, who's the face of it right now? She's out there representing Biden, so technically she's the next person up. So now we're seeing it without no votes, without nothing. It don't matter. She's fighting for a position that basically was just handed to her.
And what's wild is no one else is questioning where Biden is or what's Biden doing because he's still in office. So although they're having this debate about the future, y'all forgetting about the present, about the now. What are they doing right now? What the fuck is Biden doing right now?
Not to cut y'all off.
No, they gonna say he recovering.
I think that's strategic. Now that y'all say that, I feel like that is actually the reason why Kamala hasn't really been outside up until the debate, because the more she's outside, the more people are going to ask, where's Biden? So I feel like that's probably one of the reasons she has been low-key as well. I really wonder where bro is, though. Like, what?
They going to say recovering from health problems.
Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Like, Trump was basically alluding to, man, he half dead. He a damn zombie. He don't even know if he alive right now. He don't even probably know he is the damn president right now, which is actually ridiculous because while we debating about the future president, nobody got smoked for the president now. The economy's fucked right now. So what are y'all going to do right now?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
They feel like it's over with right now. They already accepted this term is up.
Another thing, too, that man, that's a gift and a curse about Trump is he brought up, you know, the immigrants in Ohio eating animals and the way they coming over. Right. He brought up some other things, too. The only thing that sucks about that is that in that kind of realm where they're so quick to fact check, it looks like it's false. You know what I mean? But we know that a lot of things that break on social media are deemed false right away and then later on become or come out as true. And I feel like it's unfortunate that he was put in a bad spot, I want to say, because what he was saying, a lot of us have seen on social media, but by the time the Dems or whoever you want to call it catch up, the debate already a week, 2 weeks over. So he gets stuck with being a liar in those instances when he was telling the truth.
Y'all got to realize these fact checkers are paid by people to push agendas.
Yeah.
You forgot about COVID? When people was talking about the jab and the negative effects and all of that got fact-checked to be false and propaganda, and then 4 years later, everything that was fact-checked to be false has turned out to be true. So you can't always go off of that because that is still ran by people who are paid by people who push agendas. If you have real people in the community saying, my fucking dog and my cat is gone, these motherfuckers are chopping them up in parking lots. They're going to the pond and getting the ducks and the geese and shit out the pond, chopping their necks off and walking in the streets. And y'all say, that ain't happening. And then they're recording dude walking in the street with a fucking duck and a fucking geese. Or they're recording a bitch in the parking lot chopping up a cat. I mean, who you gonna believe? Yeah. The fact checkers or the fucking people that's actually recording this shit happening?
At the end of the day, like you said, cuz they led this shit with a coin toss. They showing you dead plain sight. It's a fucking game to them. They're showing you. They would never show you the inside of the White House and what's really going on. If they're supposed to be for us as a people, they want to know everything but we doing in our fucking homes, in your house, your social security, anything that goes down the line, but you don't want to know shit about the government but what they tell you they want you to know. So all this shit is bullshit to me. That's why I'm like, cuz, this shit really making a nigga mad now. Because it's
definitely
like,
the Roman circus.
it's crazy, and you see it in real time. And when you're aware of it in real time, and people gonna call me crazy for even saying this shit, but y'all being programmed every fucking day they get on them damn debates.
Nah, facts. I think the debate, if they do another one, it needs to be a third-party fact checker, somebody that has nothing to do with ABC, CNN, none of the right or left movements, and then they need to ask them better questions, bro, because them questions that they asked was bullshit. Like, it was really it didn't make no sense. Like,
they kept drilling her about the Obamacare and shit.
Yeah, and or just like, and her questions was easy, and when she didn't answer them, they didn't even like put no pressure on them to answer them. If she didn't, they would actually ask her the question again. Like
they did Trump.
It was crazy.
Now, and like basically this how I feel. They need to be talking to the people. Fuck these moderators. I don't give a fuck what a moderator got to ask. Why are you having a presidential debate about the world, about the economy, about America with no Americans there to be able to ask direct questions? You need people who are actually living here, paying bills, paying taxes, to be able to address the people that we pay taxes to be in these positions.
That's a smart idea.
Why the fuck are you talking to a moderator? Fuck this dude.
Because I believe
fuck this bitch.
They
we
already
need real
prompt
people there.
Yeah,
I mean, we know it's compromised. We know they want to control the narrative. But this is why I say this shit's all rigged. Because why do y'all not want people there? So the second that y'all start veering off track and not answering the questions, the people can be like, hold on, wait a minute. I ain't even asked you that shit. Stick on topic. What about this? What are y'all going to do about this now? Because you in office now. She can't dance around that with angry Americans who's paying $5 for gas, who's paying $7 for a carton of eggs, who's spending $400 at the groceries and got half a fucking shopping cart full. You can't dance around them questions with them type of people there. And they know that. That's why they don't want any people there, because you'll see the bullshit. You'll see the lies. We can call them out on their lies live on the spot. We don't got to sit on podcasts to debate about it. We can be right there calling them out on their lies. And what's up with them earrings? They saying that was
that's why I said
the earrings that she had.
But
in
even
the
then,
new joints.
even on top of all that,
with the speakers in
on
them.
top of all that, they don't give a fuck. Michael Jackson been told y'all ass. They don't give a fuck. This is why they ain't asking you shit, nigga. They using you for views to watch them. They don't give a fuck what you think or talking about. They gonna do what the fuck they want to do. At the end of the day, they're gonna push their own thing. They're not having meetings about the world with no fucking Americans. They're using y'all as a game. This is a video game for them. Get the votes and shit. Yeah, I'll beat you and all that. They going right back in the same fucking buildings and discussing whatever the fuck they want to do to manipulate us as a people.
And what's wild is they just had the 9/11 ceremony, and Trump went and shook her hand and said, yeah, you did a good job. She like, oh, yeah. So like bro said, bro, it's two sides of the same coin. It's two wings on the same bird. Democrat, Republican. Neither one of them give a fuck about you. They're all working for the super rich, not even the rich. They're working for the super rich. And they're using the migrants to keep you super broke. So now you fighting amongst broker people than you, while they're getting richer, the same way they did in COVID. When the vax was fighting with the unvax, and the vax said, oh, you ain't human, and you need to be locked up, and this and that. And now them same stupid motherfuckers is having strokes, heart attacks, they falling out, blood clots. Like, they can't have kids, they going blind, all type of shit. But y'all was the same people telling the freedom fighters, the black sheeps, the ones with the tinfoil hats on who questioned shit, that they need to go to jail for not injecting themselves with poison. And now look at you stupid fucks. Y'all doing the same shit again.
And the most important thing for black people, right? Everybody watched that debate. You watched the whole hour, 50 minutes. Black people was not brought up the whole time.
Not one time.
So that says it right there as well. Like, again, they had nothing. They had no solutions for us. There was no questions for us whatsoever. So we really shouldn't be voting for two people.
She wasn't talking about no green beans, cornbread, or no cabbage.
Yeah, what happened to all that shit? What happened to all that shit?
Yeah. It don't even matter. It's just at the end of the day, I really don't. like cared for none of that shit. But it's like, do y'all really want a fucking bitch running the damn country, or y'all think she running the country? It makes no damn sense. That's what he was saying too. Like, they don't respect you. Fuck, that's why you need me. He was going in on their ass though.
He was saying,
he was talking about how weak they is, all type of shit.
He was sending pictures of dude's house to him, like, yeah.
Why you sitting in my house?
Yeah, like,
you figure it out. yeah. Y'all snipe somebody else and you gonna figure it out real fast while I'm sending pictures of y'all. Stop playing.
That's some
basically saying
right
none of this would have happened if he was still in office. He said they sent her to go talk to Putin to try to alleviate everything that was going on over there. Second she got on the plane, Putin pushed the button.
Like, oh, the fuck,
man, send the truth.
Y'all playing with me. Y'all gonna disrespect me sending this bitch to talk to me?
You gonna send this little 5'3" bitch who cooking greens in the bathtub over here to fucking talk to me? Is you crazy, man? Send the truth. The fuck you mean? But yeah, man, y'all just need to pay more attention to what's going on around you. All this shit is a circus act. They started with a coin toss. Who starts with coin tosses?
Yeah,
the NFL. It's a game. You want to kick or receive? All this shit is a game.
Jump ball.
You know what I'm saying? They playing in your face. They did not allow you at the debates. They clown Meek Mill. Meek Mill like, man, this shit finna be lit. Where do I get tickets? They're like, you dumb fuck, ain't no tickets.
Young Jock said something like that too.
Really, you should be like, damn, Meek, you is right. Where the tickets? Why we can't be in attendance? You talking about the country we live in and pay taxes in, but we can't be present?
It's so crazy you say that because Revolt News had which is like a black-owned news company. They had a watch party for the presidential debate, and Young Jock was there, and he literally said that. He said everybody my age was rushing to watch this debate. He turned around and he was like, this is like the new club. Like, that's literally what he said. This shit is like the new club. And I think that speaks to it of the game that they're playing in the circus it is. A lot of us is really just going to watch and shoot the shit and give our little opinion, but again, it's like we're really not in control of shit.
Now they're playing on people hope. The economy is so fucked up that people are running to see and hoping that something is gonna fucking change until they get slapped in the face after this fucking presidential election is over and realize ain't shit gonna be no different unless you change it yourself. So 9 times out of 10, that's what I believe. They plan on people hope. People running to these camera screens and running to these TV screens, hoping that the president they believing in is going to do this or say that, and they ain't coming with none of that shit. They telling lies to everybody.
And Trump, I seen your ear, big dog. You ain't get hit with no AR.
That's why I said.
Stop the fucking cap. So all y'all who was out there, oh my God, Trump's a gangster. He survived assassination attempt. You showed me where his ear looked like it got hit with a bullet or anything.
And if anybody know getting shot, you're going to have some type of permanent scar. It's going to be regardless if it's a flesh wound or a piece of the ear came off or just a dark mark. And he's pink as I don't know what.
So, Holyfield got bit in the ear and his ear was never the same. You got hit with an AR-15 and your ear just rejuvenated like Wolverine, nigga. Like, come on, cuz. If y'all don't see what's going on by now, y'all never will.
They're gonna say he healed quick.
Behold the Pale Horse, man. Get that book. Y'all tap in.